Okay, right, let's kick this off. Thank you very much for attending today's webinar. We're really quite excited about this. Is the first kind of webinar where we talk about the whole Teams as a service from Nuvola working alongside Microsoft. Obviously, as it says in the title, unlocking the value for you guys so you can go to your customers and talk about Teams integration and obviously the thing of the present, which is Copilot and how that works with Teams. Excuse me. So I'm just going to quickly run through the agenda. I'm Michael Lloyd, the CEO of Nuvola. We've got the lovely Nilu, who is a Microsoft pre-sales technical consultant, and she's going to be running through and doing most of the talking today, talking about Teams, where we are now, a very small bit about licensing, but certainly understanding where Teams is going and how Copilot is going to be integrating and adding value to your team solutions. But she's better to tell you all about that. And then we've got a Q&A. We have an opportunity for everyone to put questions into the, the chat. So please do so. And at the end of it, we'll go through them, answer as many as we can. And if we can't answer them, we'll come back to you, make a note and come back to you. So although it's interactive, if we can get through the presentations and then we'll run through the questions at the end. But while we're going along, a question pops up in your head, please feed it to us and we will come back to it, I promise. So I just wanted to talk about Nuvola quickly, about who we are. We are what we call a technology and services distributor. Slightly different to the run-of-the-mill distributors, as in we're very keen on working with our partners to make sure we give them the support in the comms world that is moving so quickly. So everything we do, we can add the pre-sale side of things, the right products, the best fit, and helping you to go to your end users and say to them, right, okay, let's look at collaboration and modern workplace. How can we work with you to ensure that we give you the best end-to-end solution? So that's how we work as a distributor, which, like I say, is slightly outside the standard distribution box, but we're very proud of how we've done that and where we've got to. We've been working in comms for a long, long time, so this has been a journey for us. So we can now take you on it as well. So just a bit about Nuvola. We're based down in Reading. We've got offices also in Ireland. So since Brexit, we've had a presence in Ireland. What that means to our partners is when it comes to trading outside of the UK, we have a facility there which makes it as seamless as possible for everyone. So again, if you have opportunities that actually take you outside the UK, please come and talk to us and we will help you navigate that and work with you with our Irish entity to ensure that you won't be hit with any of the not so horrendous paperwork and issues that come along with trying to deal with Europe. We can take that pain away from you. As you can see, we've got engineering resource across the UK. In this new world, majority of that engineering resource is done remotely. So where people are situated isn't as important. However, we do a lot of project rollouts. So we work with a lot of the UCAS players in terms of rolling out big projects around implementation, hybrid, transition, whatever it might be. So as a business, we started 13 years ago, and we actually started predominantly as a white label services business. We've now transitioned probably about 10 years ago to a distribution of and services. So that's something we're very proud of, part of our heritage. And that includes help desk 24/7, et cetera, that we can offer to you as our partners that can then offer on to the end users around all our products. Excuse me. Distribution's changed. It's rather than box shifting, getting a box from A to B is important, but what we're trying to work with our partners now is to say, come to us with a business need, come to us with a requirement that your end user has given to you, and we'll put together a solution that fits the purpose. Certainly around the UCAS world and Teams is a great example as well. Not one solution fits all. So you need to have the opportunity to say to your end user, right, I now understand what you need. I will go away and come back with a solution best suited, rather than round peg, square hole scenario. We're trying to move away from that. We want to give you the best solution. And that entails 5 silos plus our professional services. So we cover the whole comms gambit. So connectivity infrastructure. So the foundation of any quality communication solution is good connectivity and infrastructure. So that goes from the broadband onto the data, onto the Wi-Fi. We then also have unified comms, which is the on-premise world as far as we're concerned. Now that hasn't gone away. Still cloud comms is still only about 25%, but there's a great opportunity where people naturally will move from the on-premise to cloud. But there will be a part in between that where there'll be a hybrid solution, which is required. Again, that's our history. So working with the hybrid scenarios where they've got on-premise now, but they want to migrate, again, that's where we can add value. UCaaS is pretty self-explanatory. That obviously involves Teams, but it also includes a number of other vendors that integrates with Teams, and we'll come on to that. And the same can be said around contact center and AI. Contact center and AI, a massive opportunity for our partners. Now, gone are the days where a contact center would be 500 agents. It could be as small as 20. But the way people want to work and they want to interact with their customers with the omni-channel, they want chat, they want email, they want voice, it means you can actually do a lot more with a single agent, for example, and then throw on AI, which takes away the initial conversations and points people to the right person to get the job done quickly. Contact center is certainly somewhere where now, a lot of people are calling it customer experience, because that is the key thing. You want to make sure your customers are happy that they come back. And then finally, you've got security and analytics. So again, communications has been around for a long time. And in the past, people would analyze the voice data, the data traffic, et cetera, with hardware and software that was on site. Now it's in the cloud. We still need to give people that same functionality, that same information, that they can go back to their end users and say, yeah, we've had uptime of 9.9999, 99%, 99.999. Or well, there's an issue here, we've had a look at it and we can realize it's actually to do with the broadband. You need to go back, whatever so the security and analytics is key, and obviously the security overriding to make sure everything is safe, GDPR, the CRM side of things. And then, as you can see, the overarching is a cornerstone to our business around the pre-sales and post-sales support. So that includes help desk, cloud migration, as I say. So a lot of people are maybe taking a step back and say, I want to move from, my 365, I want to embrace Teams totally. How do I migrate and move away from my Avaya or Mitel or my Nortel? That's where we can come in, and with our vast years of experience, smart hands. You may say, look, I've got the skills in-house, but I want to be able to send someone to site who actually has the intelligence to work with the person remotely to fix a problem. And then the classic engineering implementation sort of things. So those are the kind of the key cornerstones from Nuvola. As you can see, there's no products, vendors in there, but behind that, we have a plethora of vendors. I'm not going to kind of go on too long about these vendors, but you can see they all fit into each of the silos that we have to ensure that we can give you the best solution. And that ranges from, like I say, layer 1 all the way up to the application layer. So and everything in between where we can help you with. And that might be an SBC where someone wants to take their IP and move into SIP. Or it might be someone that says, I just want a meeting room solution. I want to be able to make sure the customer, my staff are sitting in a meeting room environment as if they were sitting next door to people, making sure those meeting rooms give them that kind of feel that they're part of a company. They're not just sitting remotely. So like I say, there's a plethora of products, and you can see there probably some names you recognize. But for us, it's about the team side of things. We've taken this journey in Nuvola where like probably a lot of people, where Teams is now here and it's here to stay. We've been working with Teams for a number of years now, and a lot of our vendors that we work with have now embraced Teams and now working with them. And what we are doing as Nuvola, we are turning ourselves into the kind of Teams ecosystem supplier of choice. And it's making sure that you, as a reseller, has the confidence to have the conversation with the end user about Teams and where you can take Teams to, and what Teams can add and what else we can make Teams into. People are very used to having an enterprise type PABX, for example. And if they say, well, I want to turn my Teams into that all functioning product, well, you might say, well, Teams as a standalone has limitations, but we have other products we can plug onto. And that's what Nuvola do. That's where we bring in those products to make Teams that solid platform that people are looking for. All the products we put into our Team solutions, our ecosystems are Teams ready. So they've been through all the certification, the interoperability with Microsoft. So we're very keen to make sure the products we position are actually part of the Teams family moving forward. And you can see what we're trying to do is build up those pieces of the jigsaw that creates that enterprise product. And Teams is on your desktop. There's no moving away from that. And there's a lot more opportunity which Nilu is going to come into. But we can come and talk to them about contact center, omni-channel contact center. We can talk about call recording, PCI compliance, all the devices that work with Microsoft out of the box, including things like mobile workers with SpectraLink. So you might have an opportunity where you've got a manufacturing plant or a care home or a health service where they say, yeah, I want to have people sitting in the office, but I've got 20, 30 people who might be walking around in the warehouse. They need to be part of the whole Teams family. They need to be on the same CDR. They need to be recognized as a user. So again, with SpectraLink, which integrates fully into Microsoft, it gives you that single point where there's a constant all the way through for the users. And then monitoring and management with the various products. And the interesting one is the UCaaS integration, where a lot of the traditional players, the Ring Centrals, the 8x8s, 5-6 years ago, would see Teams as competition. Now they've embraced it and they've said, well, hold on, we need to work with Teams. 99% of our opportunities where we work with partners now have a Teams integration of some type. So again, this is very key to understanding what is a requirement and making sure it's the best fit. Some people might say, I just want Teams. I'm going to use Teams as my dial tone. I just need to be able to make calls. That's where the Operator Connect, very simple, very easy to manage, very cost effective to give your users in Teams an opportunity to use the PSTN and become part of the wider world. And then underlying, like I say, we've got the infrastructure, we've got the LAN switches, we've got the wireless LAN, the security and the Wi-Fi that creates that network underneath, and then the professional services to wrap around it. So that's our approach to how we want to work with Teams. I'm now going to finish from this point. I've just quickly, we will be putting this up again, and it's something worth looking at. We have on our website and Microsoft Teams as a service, Microsoft Teams Solutions, where you can go in, get in touch with us, or you'll be able to see all the Teams products and talk to us and do some investigation. So that's on the website now for you to have a look. But however, I'm now going to move over to Nilu, who's going to go through all the MS stuff. All yours, Nilu. Probably need to do the infamous unmute. There you go. All yours.
Thank you, Michael. And I like the message that Teams is here and it's here to stay. I think that's a really, really important message to bring out to everyone that doesn't know me. My name is Nilu, and I work as a technical specialist for Modern Workplace. I've been here for 5 years, so it's work with this for quite a long time, and love the products and the development that's happening. So I'm looking very much forward to sharing some of that with you. I'll go through some of our services. Maybe it will be a repetition for some of you. You just have to bear with me. I will talk a bit about our generative AI co-pilot for everyone, what our plans are, and most of all, our partner opportunities and partner enablement resources, right? So I think that is a very, very important conversation to take here with all of you, and try to shed on light on how important you are. We are not the ones driving the business, you are. So I think that is a very, very important to a key message to send here. So Teams, I did this a year ago, and at that time we were on 270 million Microsoft Teams active users worldwide, and it's an explosion has happened. And I said this last time, I had this slide as well. Teams has 320 million, and it's a little bit it's a big number to think about, but it has been representing a consistent growth in usage across organizations globally. We have Teams Phone PSTN users nearly doubled from last year, and it really showcases the strong demand for our voice capabilities. And the key point that I really want to land here today is how this platform that we've built enables the communication, and how the main goal is to improve productivity going forward, looking with Microsoft glasses. And I love the Fortune 500 companies, that there is more than 90% of those companies that uses Teams Phone. And I think that in itself just shows the strong demand that there is. So brings us to our opportunities, but I think it also creates some challenges for Microsoft, challenges for partners, and challenges for customers. And we are all together on this journey, and we are all trying to find a way to best help our customers going forward. So just a little bit on the product side, right? Something that's very common to all our services, every customer that is in the Teams environment, they have to have a phone system license, right? They can have it through E5, they can have it as standalone, they can have it in different ways, but they need that license to be able to enable calling. And to that, we have Microsoft Teams calling plans. It's, calling plans is a cloud-based solution with Microsoft where telco is the operator. At the moment in Europe, it's not as widely used as it is in US. It's quite expensive for many of the European countries to get that compared to what they have. What's very, very much utilized in this side of the world is direct routing. And with that, customers can bring in their own infrastructure, their own PSTN provider, connect, their SBCs to our phone system, and just have a more smoother transition in that way. That's the type of enterprise customers, when you talk with them, that's what they will usually be using, and you know this better than me. And the latest one in the bundle is the Operators Connect, right? A phone system with own PSTN carrier. It's fully managed solution. It's all cloud-based, right? And the latest to all of this was the Operators Connect mobile integration of the mobile identities to Teams. So basically, a user's SIM enabled phone number can also just become their Teams number, right? So that was the latest one that came into this. But everything that is around it is basically provided by our partners, right? So the voice endpoints, integrations, everything that comes around this is delivered by partners. There is nothing of that we in itself provide for customers. Talking a little bit about direct routing, I said that, this is, I don't know why the lights here keeps shutting off. Just for that. It's the solution that most of my customers uses. And it's because of the customization, allows customers to maintain their existing service provider agreements, specifically customers that are on the on-premise side as well, or have somehow a hybrid setup, and the fact that it's globally, available. That's what makes it also key that we have a bigger number of customers that are choosing this. I see a lot more Operators Connect customers. I think going forward, when Operators Connect went GA, I remember that it was from Microsoft's side communicated as a big sister to Operators Connect. And I think the whole manageability and the quick and easy ways to get started with calling and still maintaining existing service provider agreements. And I think that was, something that really grabbed our customers' attention. And the fact that you didn't need a lot of coding, there is some powerful scripting in it and so on. But direct routing, from how we see it, is still, reliable and widely used solution. But we do see a higher number of customers opting for Operators Connect. So that was a little bit about the solution parts, right? That was the calling plans, Operators Connect, direct routing, all of that. But if we talk about how our team's environment is changing, it is the way that people work that has changed it completely. It was, the accelerator point was the pandemic, but it's incredible to think about how much things have changed since then and how much of the transformation has happened. Even, if we just look at the past 1 year, with generative AI kicking in, and from where we are, the way that we see our customers connect, the way that they communicate, the way that they want to collaborate, it's fundamentally different than what it has been. And the scary thing in all of this is that the pace of change is not really slowing down. It's crazy at the moment in Microsoft. And if you put your team's Microsoft glasses on, there is 2 big trends that's shaping the future of work in many ways. Sorry, that is flexibility and AI. I think my slide. Say these, there we go. Say flexibility and AI. Demand for increased flexibility has never been as high as it is. People expect to work from anywhere. They expect that they can work from any device. They don't want to miss a beat in all of this. And the rise of generative AI, which is already transforming how we communicate, how we work, how we create, how we solve our challenges. It's completely shifting mindsets, and it's not going anywhere. It's redefining what it means to work and to collaborate effectively. And if we look ahead, I think it's safe that we can say that 5 years from now on, we will be having somehow similar conversations. We will still be in the process of reflecting how much more things have changed and evolved. But what I know, what I'm sure of, is that as we continue with that growth, teams will follow with it. That's where our money goes. That's where the investments of Microsoft is going. And it's not just about adapting to future of work. It's helping our customers. It's helping them navigate it. It's staying ahead of the curve. It's empowering them to take on what's next, right? And that's really, really not easy. We are really facing some serious challenges on this journey. So what does it mean when we talk about smart workplace? We've created these 22 co-pilots, and they each deliver on different challenges. Co-pilot is, for those of you who might not have known completely, it is bringing generative AI to everyone, transforming how we work and we connect, everything that I mentioned before. It's like having an assistant by your side that helps you stay on top of tasks, make smart decisions, and get more done with less effort. I call them job zero, stuff that just needs to be done, and you have an assistant that can take care of all of that for you. That's among many other things that it can do. But if we look at Copilot in Teams Phone, your calls will become more than just conversations. They will turn into actionable insights. You'll get AI-generated summary. You'll get suggested follow-ups. You will get context to everything that you do that will keep you moving smoothly forward. Everything is integratable, from your CRM systems to your LMS systems to your KMS systems. Everything can be integratable into that environment. And we don't only have Teams Phone, right? We are not only focusing on Teams Phone. We have Teams Rooms, we have Teams Premium. You've seen some of the, when you go and you see Copilot and you open and you use it, if you have a license, you'll see that a lot of the functionalities that you had with the Teams Premium previous to Copilot announcements and everything, you'll see that it has been integrated into Copilot. Making hybrid meetings seamless. We've seen some of those functionalities. That's why our Copilot is so mature in Teams, rather than if we look at PowerPoint, for example, right? Because those developments, those integrations have already been done previous to Copilot announcements. Whether you're in the office, whether you are dialing in from home, everyone can be included. And we need to help our customers understand what is their real needs here. Is it Teams Rooms? Is it Teams Premium? Is it Teams Phone? Where are they on this journey? Because they will get to a point where they have to implement all of this. At some point, they will do it. I can promise you that. And, taking meetings to new levels, focusing on what matters, everything that you want to focus on, and take everything that is not in focus away. That's what Copilot will help our customers in every single step of the way on this journey. And beyond that, Copilot Copilots, there is the smart integrations like recognition, immersive 3D, real-time translations. All of this is designed to make work simpler, smoother, more impactful for everyone in every organization. So all of this is not just about working faster or being more productive. It's about working better. It's about helping each other spend more time on what really matters. And we haven't just worked on these 22 co-pilots just for the sake of bringing AI into our tools. I know we say it a lot, but when you dive deep into these technologies, you will really understand that it's about solving real problems for organizations, helping them save cost, simplify their tools because it is a jungle to navigate, and create better ways to work. And for you as a partner, it's an opportunity to build on the existing solution that meets the customer needs. And that can be directly on top of Teams platform, or it can be around it. And if we just take Teams phone, it's all about, making communication smarter and seamless. And if you take the call summaries, insights, it can really help the customers get more out of those conversations, to simplify some of those processes. They need the help, trust me. They are navigating and trying to navigate the best way possible. But they are having some of the challenges. And when we look at our Teams rooms customers, one of the biggest challenges they're facing today is hybrid work. Everyone wants to give flexibility to their workers. And that there is a real need for inclusive workspaces where in-person and remote participants feel that they can be equally engaged. And that's where you can step in and really provide the necessary help that these customers need with understanding how they can do that best way possible. And security, I've been in Microsoft for 5 years, and we've talked security for 5 years, and it has only been, more and more of it. The further we go and the more tools we provide customers. And it's also a very big concern. And there has been a demand for it, and it's only increasing. So once that conversation starts with customers, Teams Premium really matters because it really adds that intelligent feature that they really need for security enhancements when they are in their meetings, giving them the room to create services, to create business without thinking of security being a big concern within those hybrid teams. And if we take Mesh, Microsoft is trying to solve the big gap there is for customers to collaborate. How do we make the meetings that are hybrid more human, even though the people are not within the room? And Microsoft Places, it's the most recent, and it's all about helping organizations rethink how they can use their physical spaces in a hybrid world. And the reality is that every organization is figuring this out in their own way. And your role as partners is to meet them where they are. And also with Copilot driving these capabilities, there is so much potential for our partners to help businesses and to really help them navigate the changes and get most of their investments, because this is a lot of investments. that customers are putting in. And I have meetings with customers that have a Teams Premium license, but they are just not utilizing it the way that it's meant to be, because they just don't know how to implement it the best way possible. When I talk about converged comms, it's, you know, it's foundational to AI, to the transformation that we are going through with Copilot, and integrating it with Copilot in Teams. It really offers numerous benefits, from streamlined communication to enhanced collaboration and to significant cost savings for many, many businesses. And I do believe that it is a game changer for all our partners out there, because it really provides a competitive edge in the market. And every customer that I talk Copilot with, they need help to some extent. Is my slides running, Michael?
Yep,
Yeah,
all good
you're
still?
good. Good,
Yeah.
good. So a little bit more about, because I hope that you can see that there is, you know, throughout this whole speech, there is opportunities, right? I hope that you can see the opportunities. But if we talk about, you know, put it in a box, what is your opportunity in this, and look a little bit more on the number side. And if we just take Teams phone services opportunity, there's huge revenue potential. Each seat in Teams phone service represents a revenue opportunity of $20 with an impressive 31% year-on-year growth. And the growth shows the increasing demand and value that Teams Phone brings to businesses. And with looking at these numbers, to me, it says opportunity. When it comes to your service offerings, and when, you know, enhancing those and building on top of those, it's all bringing opportunity and creating revenue for you. It's taking a little bit of time to change. So how much of this do we in Microsoft deliver to customers? I have 3 slides with me and on this, and let me tell you that there is not much of it that we deliver. If we take a look at Teams Phone, it's crucial for us to work together, because we can't function without the help and the support of our partners. It's absolutely essential. Our collaboration together, and, you know, the enablement of success to our customers, it is through our partners. And I think this slide is a really, really good indication of that. If we look at provisioning, if we look at devices, you know, you are the ones that ensures that everything works smoothly for our customers. You ensure clients have the right devices and support, including, you know, interoperability, device supply, service, you know, on-prem support. Everything is delivered by you. We don't do that. And you are the ones that help consulting on requirements, talk licensing, you know, manage deployments. You are the ones ensuring that implementation, user adoption, and the ongoing support is there for customers. How, you know, how to keep Teams rooms running smoothly. That is a service that you provide. That's not a service that we provide. we are a partner-driven organization. And, you know, this is one of my last slides. And I hope that the speech, I always call it the speech because I hate when I'm the one just that keeps talking and it's not a two-way communication. But I hope it brings a bit more insights from us, from Microsoft, to say our partners really, really matter. And we really count on our partners in delivering on every single area. When we talk about phone, when we talk about meetings, when we talk about Teams rooms, everything around it is delivered by our partners. And thank you for taking the time to come in and listen. And I hope that you have a lot of good questions so we can spend a little bit more time on that. But yes, that was from my side. And yeah, I hope at some point I'll see you at the other end.
Thank you, Nilu. Much appreciated. Just quickly share my screen. So there's something to look at, which is always good. Right, yeah, thank you very much. It's quite fascinating to understand where Microsoft are going and what they feel is important, whether I think we all like it or not. You know, they're the driving force behind how comms is going to look moving forward. So I think we all agree we have to embrace it, and we at Nuvola are trying to work with Nilu and the likes at Microsoft to ensure that the partners are part of the journey, which I think is very important. So Q&A stuff. We've got some questions from the floor, which are going to be mainly for Nilu, I suspect. So please bear with us while Nilu gets an idea of what she wants to say. Katrina, do you want to just run through a couple of them, and the others we can come back to afterwards?
I think some of them have come personally into you. So, I'll just run through those. The first one we have is, are there any specific markets where Teams is actually winning? So where Teams is strong. So markets, verticals, where Teams is really powerful.
I believe that, you know, we have taken the biggest, I would say there is not many markets where we are not winning. Right now, I think where we are most behind is within the educational sector. And that's where we are really trying to create our footprint. That's where Microsoft is trying to create more business. So I would say where it's harder to say where aren't we. It's harder to say where aren't we than where we are, rather than where we aren't. So I think that's where our focus area currently is.
Is it fair to say? I mean, Google have obviously. I mean, most people probably on the call with kids at school, Google have been quite strong in the school side of things, which is where obviously Microsoft feel they want to get a piece of the action. Yeah. Okay. Well, that'll be interesting. Okay. Thank you. So Microsoft are everywhere.
Yeah.
We probably knew that, but
coming to a town near you.
Yeah.
If not already. Microsoft seem to be positioning Copilot as the way forward. Are there any other products which Microsoft feels will be strong over the next few years? Great question.
That is a great question. Look, I would recommend, if you are an NDA partner, right? If you're under NDA and you have some kind of Microsoft contact and you can take this dialogue, I think you should do that because you can get a lot more insights than what I can share on this call. But beside that, right now, everything is Copilot. All the investments from Microsoft within a modern workplace is going that way. It's really focusing on solving some of the biggest business challenges. And I don't know if you have been following our Copilot, roadmaps, but it is developing in a pace that not even people from Microsoft, the most biggest experts, can follow along. So I would say at the moment it is Copilot, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
and I guess today was about embracing Copilot and saying, right, how does it fit into the comms world? Rather, because obviously Copilot, I presume, covers a lot of the Microsoft world, but specifically around Teams and side of things, and that's where we want to embrace it, ensure that it's part of the conversation.
We are going through Ignite at the moment, and if you've been following along, you can hear everything is about Copilot.
So therefore, again, we need to embrace it and understand it. I mean, there's going to be partners on this call who may not have the skills around Copilot, and I guess I'm going to jump in. One of the questions I think I saw was, how can our partners work with Microsoft? And you're talking about partners are important. I think it'll be interesting to understand how they can engage with Microsoft to kind of get on this journey, if they haven't already.
Look, if you're a managed partner, right? If you have somehow a PDM, that's one way to go through it. And if you are managed, then you will have your Microsoft team of people that is helping customers, and I would highly recommend to connect with that team, understand where that team delivers, which segments they cover, from enterprise to SMC to small businesses, and how they are collaborating with those customers, and where you can step in and support. I think that is one way of doing it. If you are managed. If you are not managed, I would highly recommend that's the journey that you bring yourself on, and also connect with the SMB market people within Microsoft. If you are not a managed partner, right? If you're a smaller partner, then get in touch with someone from your subsidiary that works in SMB, because we have people covering SMB. They just don't have managed partners. And that's the only issue, because the SMB people that is working with smaller businesses, they go directly to the big partners, because that's the contacts that they have through the PDMs that works with the SMC and enterprise customers. So be a bit more proactive and try to knock on the door, and Microsoft people is always happy to get the support that they need, because you know how it is. When you need help, you'll find your own way of getting it. When people with SMB and Microsoft needs help, they'll go out there and find their own way of finding it.
Brilliant. Sorry, Katrina, I'm going to keep going. The final question, I think, for now is, obviously we talk about contact center and how Copilot and AI is going to work. I mean, what are Microsoft's plans around contact center? We've heard Dynamics being bandied around about entering the market. Is there anything on the roadmap at the moment, or anything we need to be aware of?
I think on the contact center side, I'm not a Dynamics person. I'm a little bit out. That's a little bit outside my area of expertise. But I haven't had any dialogues with any customers that has come to me and asked regarding that. I would assume that is going to be a big topic in US to begin with, because Microsoft licensing, Microsoft pricing, I've been here enough to know that it's not, it's not going to be as easy as it is, and as first of all, we need to upscale our partners on that area, right? Because they are the ones that needs to deliver that if that whenever that is available. And another thing is that on this side of the world, things go a little bit slower due to the licensing, packaging, and due to the pricing and so on. So I wouldn't, that's, if I was a partner, that wouldn't be my concern at the moment. I'll take it. Of course, it's, good always to keep yourself updated and to get the latest. And you can do that on the roadmap side of like we have a website where you can follow the roadmap and see how things are going. But currently, I haven't had anything with my customers.
Okay, lovely. I wasn't trying to catch you out. I'm just a question from the floor.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay, Katrina, is that about it?
Yep, that's it. We're all good to go.
Okay, well, listen, thank you very much, Nilu, for supporting us on this, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Thank you, everyone else, for joining us. Any questions, quite simply, just drop us an email at sales@Nuvola Distribution, and we'll be able to work with you on any opportunities around Teams. We'll be able to come up with a solution. And if we can't, we will be calling upon Nilu to find out what the best way to move forward is. But please give us a go. Don't be scared to talk to your partners about comms. If you're approaching it from the IT side of things, there's a great opportunity where you may be already selling them the 365 SharePoint licenses. Well, why don't you embrace the team side of things? And if historically you've come from the comm side of things, again, just because it says Microsoft, please don't be scared. Help us. Let us help you. Sorry, working through the Microsoft plans to make sure, again, you can confidently go and talk to your customers about these things. On that note, thank you very much for everyone for attending, and hopefully we will see you soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.